Welcome to Freed on Business. He grew up in South Florida, has been in business here since the early 90s, and has closed over $3 billion in deals. He's seen it all. He always has an opinion, and he's always ready to share it. Informed, entertaining, and connected, he has his finger on the pulse of South Florida's business community. He's Jim Freed, and this is Freed on Business.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another great edition of Freed on Business. We're coming to you today from the studios of Miami Podcast Studios. I want to thank them for hosting us today. I want to remind everybody we've been on the air for 800 and almost 850 episodes now. Most of that time we've been sponsored by our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. I want to thank Larry, Ismet, Warren, Eric, the folks in service for helping me out this week with my computer on wheels, my new Lincoln Navigator. And we're going to get on with our show. This week, we're going to talk about the impact of urban farmers markets. My background on the topic is after college, I did some consulting. One of my clients was Walt Disney World. So I was the consultant on Walt Disney World's Pleasure Island, the urban retail entertainment facility that they developed many years ago. It's been so long that they've torn it down. So we'll talk about what the impact of the retail in my home neighborhood, the Edgewater neighborhood of Miami, has been. Now, I've been watching the retail develop in the Edgewater, Wynwood Design District area for many, many years. It's three separate areas. The Design District is a bunch of high-end high street retail. Edgewater is more urban support, and Wynwood is more of a tourist district and funky town. Retail. It's kind of basically taken the spot of what Miami Beach was for so many years. But the farmer market in Edgewater just opened up, which I found to be kind of interesting because usually farmers markets are used in emerging neighborhoods, and Wynwood is far, and Edgewater is far from emerging. Wynwood, when it was emerging, they had Wynwood Yard, which of course somebody sold to Lennar Corporation, so that they could develop their new Artem project on that site. But the farmers market that started in Edgewater, I had to think about it a little bit and ask, what benefit is it going to bring to Edgewater? And the answer is all the benefits it brings to these startup neighborhoods. First of all, economic revitalization. It's allowing a lot of local businesses to come out and present themselves to the people that are in Wynwood. I mean, that are in Edgewater. I keep getting the neighborhood names mixed up. The Edgewater neighborhood. There are a whole bunch of new people that have moved down from New York and California, plus the people that have been living in the neighborhood for many, many years. So this is providing the local retailers and food and beverage operators to access these new people into the marketplace. I walked around the farmers market just this weekend and found all kinds of new things that my wife maybe gets samples of and then helped me buy some stuff. And I was really excited about that. It's creates jobs. A number of the vendors were small business people that either owned restaurants in the neighborhood or other parts of town, or simply made their creations to sell at the farmers market. It really is going to help my neighborhood build its vitality and its urban pricing. It's going to help the price support on the condos, because this is another benefit that the people in the Edgewater neighborhood are going to be able to avail themselves up. It's going to be another activity, which is really important in a close, tight urban environment like Edgewater is. Yes, you can walk to Miami World Center. Yes, you can walk to Wynwood. Yes, you can walk to the Chabad in Midtown. But the reality is that that's not such an easy walk. But for a lot of the people in the area that used to be known as the Omni back in the day, boy, are people going to cringe about that. Now there are lots of people there. There's great parking at the parking lot of I guess you still can call it the Omni parking lot. You can walk over. It's right next to the restaurant Claw on Margaret Pace Park. It activates Margaret Pace Park, which during most of the days, other than flag football, most of Sundays, it's pretty empty. And it's really wonderful catalyst for what's going on in the neighborhood. Another important factor that I noticed happening was community building. People were coming out of the buildings, parking their cars when they were traveling from other neighborhoods. They would get out and not just walking their dogs and leaving. there was conversations happening. There was music playing. I was enjoying dancing. I was making funny comments to the people that were selling their goods there. And I was, the funnest part of life for me is talking to people and creating small talk and getting reactions from them and having them interact with me. And that was going on. Lots of social interaction was going on. And it wasn't stratified social interaction. This week in the Wall Street Journal, there was a big article, and it used Miami as an example about how the super luxury, super wealthy, ultra wealthy are walling themselves off from their communities and having nothing to do with anybody that lives around them. And let me tell you, is that something that goes on at every level in our community. My building is a beautiful example of a great place to live. 2 pools, fancy gym, you food delivery. You never have to leave my building, but if you do, there's a whole world out there for you to experience. And I'm loving all the people I'm meeting in the neighborhood. I love kibitzing with them, learning from them, talking with them. The person that I bought some of the baked goods for is going to help me get stone crabs because their friend is a commercial fisherman. I'm sure they can also get the kind of snapper that my wife likes and help cut it the way she likes it. And so my wife is going to end up buying more than just what they're selling at the neighborhood farmers market. She's going to go beyond that and help a commercial fisher person access it. And believe me, if I like the stone crabs here, boy, that person's going to get a lot of business from my building. It features a lot of diverse foods and crafts, everything from arepas to the types of vegan and healthy food that my wife wants me to start eating. I forget the fancy terminology that they use, but that was there. Oysters, fresh seafood was there, which I can't eat a lot of that stuff. They had all kinds of clothing that was sort of stylish for the neighborhood. They had, of course, the obligatory place that made customized snacks for pets. They had people that would have been in a food truck, but they had their grillers there. It smelled great. It felt great. Lots of energy. You know, when you sit inside your unit in one of these fancy condos or virtually an apartment building, whatever it is, you don't really get the energy of the neighborhood if your neighborhood has any energy at all. So this brought a lot of energy. For some people, there was the aspect that had fresh food there. Maybe you can't get out and get as much fresh food as you want. Maybe you didn't go shopping this week. There's all the fresh fruits and vegetables that you want there. It was amazing. I remember looking at it was very colorful, very, very fun, very engaging. And of course it had environmental impacts because a lot of the farmers there are sustainable. A lot of the people that are selling goods are sustainable. I just remembered the word for the treats my wife liked: keto. No wonder I forgot it. Keto, my goodness. And then also it helps with the placemaking. It creates a lot of micro places for you to be. A lot of the retailers in the neighborhood get enhanced visitation from the additional people that they're bringing and activating to the spot. And so it creates a lot of placemaking, which is very important to urban design. And as I said earlier, it's important to the valuation of the condos because the condos need a reason to be there more than just, hey, your condo is there and you have a beautiful view of the water and you can walk to Publix and walk to all the other retailers that are in there and be very close to what my wife calls the Disney World. That is the brand new Whole Foods in our marketplace. So it's temporary for now. It allows for redevelopment. That applies more to the Wynwood Yard that I helped replace when it was sold to Gables Residential. My good friend Omar Del Rio was the developer on that. I want to thank the Lombardi family for allowing me to work on that transaction. And the other thing that this really does is it enhances tourism. It's around a bunch of hotels. You can see it when you're driving along the highway. It's something that I'm sure that the little tourist sites and Yelp and stuff like that will put up. And so it's something to do in my neighborhood, pre-heat, pre-Arch Center, pre-going to see your friends or while you're with your friends. It was just a great environment. I went there. I did a bunch of posting, put it up on the WhatsApp group for my building and encouraged everybody to be there. And I encouraged the people in the neighborhood association leadership to also promote it more vigorously because I really want this to succeed. I want to feel this energy on the weekends. I want to be able to get out of my house and go and walk and rub elbows and meet new people and try new things and see new things, hear new smells, see new things, and smell new smells, not hear new smells. What can I tell you? I'm getting a look from my friends at the Miami Podcast Studio because I'm really getting way beyond myself. But we'll be right back after this with the bottom line. Take it away, Miami Podcast Studios. All right, so we're back. I'm going at it with the friends from Miami Podcast Studios who are giving me the business, wondering how you can hear smells. The answer is you probably can't. But I do want to thank our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. Specifically this week, I went over there, took my car in for a technology update. I want to thank Ronaldo for making it easy on me. Of course, Frank's terrific too over there. And I want to thank Ismet Yagzi, the sales manager, for setting it up for me. They made sure that I got transported to my appointment at the brand new Solami Medical Center for University of Miami Health System. They were sponsors for years. Thanks to them for that. And I had the best experience at Warren Henry. I had a software glitch on my, I guess you have to say, rolling computer at this point. They're not even cars anymore. And they took care of it immediately. It took them less than a half hour to diagnose and fix the issue. The issue was me. I pushed the wrong button and the car reset. I'll admit it. But the car was great. I love my brand new Lincoln Nautilus. It's one of the lines they have. My mom has one of these brand new Lincoln cars also. Up at 151st and Biscayne, Warren Henry sells all, Land Rover, Range Rover, Lincoln, Jaguar, great nameplates all down in the Keys. They've got a store that sells everything, all their name brands that they carry. Up in Gainesville, they sell Audis. Down in South Dade, they have their award-winning Land Rover Range Rover store and their award-winning Land Rover Range Rover store, easy for you to say, in West Broward as well. They're all great stores. They're all staffed by great people. Warren Henry is a wonderful place to get your car, whether you want to buy it or lease it. You always want to get the best deal you can, and you become part of the Warren Henry family. It's something I relish. I love it. They treat me like solid gold. My wife loves having her car from Warren Henry. My mom, lots and lots of my clients. One of my best clients I closed a deal with just a couple of weeks ago. The lending officer bought his brand new Land Rover. Yeah, Land Rover. He got a fancy car from them. He loved it. He let Larry know that he heard about it here on Freedom Business. So if you go in there and you mention Freedom Business, they'll treat you like you heard it on Freedom Business. I don't think there's really another level of service that they can go up because everybody is treated like family at Warren Henry Automotive. Always the best price, always the best service, always Warren Henry.
Welcome back to Freedom Business. Connect with us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter at Jim Freed or at Freedom Business, and on Instagram at Jim Freed1. Now, back to your host, Jim Freed.
All right, we're back. I want to thank our friends at Warren Henry Automotive. I want to remind everybody that you can reach out to me, Jim Freed at Sandstone Realty Advisors. I work with a whole bunch of family offices, banks, private lenders, technology companies, private equity firms, helping them build and execute their business plan. And I can help you too. Reach out to me. You've got my phone numbers, you've got my email address, and you've got me. And now back to the bottom line. I think the bottom line of the farmers market is really illustrated by somebody who's been on our show in the past, Manny Johnson. Manny was a war veteran recovering from his war injuries. He started creating bonsai plants, sold them on the side of the road in Orlando. Then he was recognized by the people at Disney. He brought his plants over to Disney and started selling them in Disney. A couple of guys came over that were the founders of Home Depot. He started selling the plants in Home Depot. Then if you ever saw a bonsai plant anywhere in any of these big stores, that was Manny. Manny went all over the world growing plants, selling plants, doing all kinds of things. And it all started from being in the farmer's market. So I really think that it's important in today's world where buying local is more and more important, that we go and we visit our local real retailers, our local restaurateurs. I think we need to go to these farmers markets that pop up in the different neighborhoods. I know they've got one down north of Palm Beach, downtown in Palm Beach. They happen in Coconut Grove if they're still allowing it. I don't really know if that's been thrown out of Coconut Grove. But all these farmers markets, these street markets are wonderful. You get to see the local people. You get to see the local things going on. You get to smell the local smells and what's going on in the cooking. And you help people survive and thrive. And it's something that I really feel wonderful about being a part of. So next Sunday, when you're in Edgewater, make sure you stop by our farmers market. And if you've got a farmers market in your neighborhood, go visit it. I think you'll feel wonderful. I want to remind everybody that we stream live on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. You can find us wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We're on YouTube. Pretty cool. I really love being on YouTube. And anywhere else you get your information. Remember, we'll be on. We drop our new podcast every Wednesday at noon. And I want to remind everybody, first of all, I want to thank you for, spending your time with us. You don't get to make more time. So thank you for spending it with us. I want to thank everybody. I want to remind everybody that the person wants to do something, finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen like those people at the farmers market. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. God bless the people at the farmers market. The rest is yours. Miami Podcast Studios, take it away.